for it. Oklahoma Republican Senator Tom Coburn joining us right now. Senator, that is a lot of spending in a very short period of time. What's going to happen?
And none of it's paid for. We didn't cut one program. We didn't eliminate things that are lower priority. And by the end of this month, we will have done about $280 billion worth of borrowing against our kids' future since January.
So how can you stop what the majority wants to continue?
Well, we got 48 votes on the last time we attempted to pay for this. Hopefully that the message from the American people out there is start paying for it. Start making hard choices. Eliminate the things that are lower priority to pay for things that are higher.
All right, but they're arguing these $200 billion and odd various spending initiatives, we're kind of rifling through them now, are must-have items. Who draws the line on must-have here?
Well, the career politicians do, Neil. We passed PAYGO, the president signed PAYGO. The whole idea behind PAYGO is if you're going to increase spending, you cut something somewhere else. We violated that at a total of $172 billion. Then we declared things that don't violate PAYGO as emergency, so therefore PAYGO doesn't apply. So the last unemployment extension and doctor payment fix and 2 or 3 other things were declared emergency, and that was another $18 billion. And we're getting ready to have a supplemental for over $70 billion. That we're not going to pay for. We're going to call it an emergency. So we're going to be close to $300 billion in 5 months that we've borrowed from our kids above and beyond what the projected budget deficit was to begin with.
Are you seeing a trend globally, though, that those who support big spending, or more to the point, bailouts and rescues, be they Gordon Brown, now the former prime minister in Britain, or recently shaken to the polls, Angela Merkel in Germany, whose party got, sort of beaten up in local elections because of a Greek bailout that she was implementing at the time, that there's a pattern here. And it even spreads in the United States, where a very conservative Utah colleague of yours, Senator Bennett, feels the heat and gets pushed out in a primary contest. What's going on here?
Well, first of all, big spenders. Go look at Senator Bennett's spending on appropriation bills the last 6, 8, 10 years, and you'll see very rarely did he vote against any of those, which means you were voting to expand the government with every one of those. They vote against the amendments that will eliminate lower priority programs or to pay for it.
But by and large, Senator, to be fair, he had a very high rating and marks in general by various conservative groups. Now, he did vote for TARP, did vote for bailouts. But do you see that what could develop this November isn't so much an anti-incumbent wave as an anti-whoever voted for any bailout or rescue wave?
It's anti-spending. If you look at the polling on it, about 30% of the people in this country's #1 priority that they think we ought to be in jobs, it's spending, deficit, and balanced budget. They understand they're going through it right now. They have to make hard choices, and they think we ought to be doing the same thing rather than kicking the can down the road and charging it to our grandkids. And that's the issue. When you go out there, we have to learn to live within our means, and we have to bring the federal government back within what our founders intended it to be, is a limited federal government. And we are anything but limited, and we're hardly efficient anywhere, and we're highly ineffective in most things that we do.
Senator, thank you very much. Good seeing you again.
You're welcome. Good to talk to you, Neil.
All right.